I'm 35M, and have been married to my wife, Lisa, 34F, for 6 years, together for 9 in total. We met through mutual friends at a backyard barbecue, where she was telling funny stories about her job as a graphic designer, and I was drawn to her energy and laugh right away. We started talking, exchanged numbers, and it turned into dates that led to our life together. She works freelance from home, creating logos, ads, and branding for clients, which gives her flexibility around her schedule. I manage a small construction team, going to sites during the day and coming home to our modest house in the suburbs. We have 2 kids, a 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy, and our days are filled with family outings to the local park, game nights with board games and snacks, and the occasional date night when we get a sitter. My best friend, Tom, 36M, has been in my life since high school. We played on the same sports teams, shared a dorm in college, and he's even the godfather to our oldest child. He's single, works in sales for a tech company, and has always been part of our circle, joining us for barbecues, holidays, or just grabbing beers after work. Last weekend, during a guy's night out at a local bar with a few buddies, Tom got pretty drunk and pulled me aside. He confessed that he likes Lisa, not just as a friend, but romantically. He said he's had feelings for her for years, and that's why he hasn't dated much lately, because no one compares. I was completely floored, my mind racing as he rambled on. I told him that was crossing a major line, stood up, and left the bar without another word. The next day, I cut him off completely, blocked his number, unfriended him on social media, and told him not to come around our house anymore. Lisa thinks I'm overreacting since nothing actually happened between them, and it's just words. But to me, it feels like a huge betrayal from someone I trusted like a brother. Our mutual friends are split. Some say NTA for protecting my marriage and setting boundaries, while others think it's harsh to end a long friendship over a drunken confession. The group chats have been tense, with Tom texting them that I'm being unreasonable and overprotective. AITA, the house feels different now, with me second-guessing every past interaction he had with Lisa or the kids. How do I move on from a friendship this broken? I've been staying up late, thinking about all the times he was around our family. Update 1. Thanks for all the judgments in the comments. Most people said NTA, and a lot suggested talking to Lisa more in depth and watching for any signs of something more, which I took to heart and acted on. Yesterday, after dropping the kids off at daycare, I sat down with Lisa in the kitchen over our morning coffee and told her exactly what Tom had said at the bar. She was surprised at first, her eyes widening as she set down her mug, but then she admitted that he'd made some flirty comments to her before, like complimenting her outfits or hair in a way that felt a bit off. But she always brushed it off as harmless joking. She swore up and down that she never reciprocated or encouraged it, and she sees him only as a friend, nothing more. It stung hearing that he had been doing this behind my back, and I asked why she didn't tell me sooner. She said she didn't want to ruin our friendship over what she thought was nothing serious. We argued a little. I felt like she should have spoken up to let me know, and she thought I was blowing the whole thing out of proportion since no lines were crossed. The conversation got emotional, with her saying she loves our life and wouldn't jeopardize it. Later that afternoon, Tom called my work line since I'd blocked his personal number, and he apologized profusely, saying it was the booze talking and he didn't mean it like that. He begged to meet up and talk it out, but I hung up and told him not to contact me again. I reached out to some mutual friends to get their take, and one buddy revealed that Tom had asked him about Lisa's type years ago, right before we got married, which creeped me out even more and made me wonder how long this had been going on. Lisa and I decided to set some firm boundaries, like no more group hangs that include him, and we're keeping things just us and the kids for now. Work was a distracted mess. I messed up a measurement on a construction site because my mind kept wandering back to it all. The kids sensed the tension at home, with our daughter asking why Uncle Tom isn't coming over for playtime anymore. My family weighed in when I called my brother. He says to cut ties completely and not look back. Lisa's sister thinks I should give him a chance to explain himself sober. The betrayal is lingering. Was our entire friendship built on this hidden agenda? I'm sleeping poorly, replaying his confession and wondering what else I missed. Update 2. Reddit, your suggestions to dig into any histories or patterns really uncovered some uncomfortable truths that have changed how I see everything. A couple of days after the talk with Lisa, while I was cleaning out old photos and mementos in the garage to distract myself, I found a stack of letters from our college days. In one, Tom had written to me about having a crush on a girl who sounded exactly like Lisa. Same description, same interests, and it was dated right after I introduced them when we first started dating. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I confronted Tom via email. I unblocked him temporarily for this, attaching a scan of the letter and asking for the truth. He responded quickly, admitting that he's liked her since the day I introduced them, and he even tried to win her over early on by bad-mouthing me subtly, like telling her I wasn't serious about relationships. But she chose me, and he backed off, or so he claims. He said he's over it now, but the confession at the bar slipped out from some lingering feelings he thought were buried. I was furious reading that, and I forwarded the email chain to Lisa. She was shocked and sat there reading it twice, then recalled that back then, Tom had been pushy, inviting her to events without me and making comments about how she'd be better off with someone else. She declined every time, but never told me because she didn't want to cause drama between friends. This made us argue again, with me feeling like there were too many secrets, but we worked through it by talking late into the night. Mutual friends got pulled in when Tom started spinning the story at a group dinner I decided to skip. He claimed I overreacted to a harmless joke and was being controlling. One friend who was there sided with me and shared that Tom had hit on their partners before, revealing a pattern of going after unavailable women. We ended up cutting those enablers from our lives too, which has shrunk our social circle but feels necessary. Lisa and I started couples counseling at a local office to process all this, where she admitted feeling guilty for not connecting the dots sooner and speaking up. Work gave me a promotion to foreman, which is great, but my focus is waning. I snapped at a crew member over a minor error the other day, which isn't like me. The kids missed the old playdates with Tom's involvement, and his family called me, saying he's depressed and I should forgive him for the sake of history. The revelations are making me question years of trust. How deep does this obsession go? And what else has he hidden? Update 3. Things escalated a ton after Update 2, pulling in family dynamics, and even some legal angles that I didn't see coming. Tom's confession seemed to open a floodgate, and his ex-girlfriend from a few years ago messaged me on social media out of the blue. She revealed that he had cheated on her multiple times with attempts to pursue taken women, including flirting with Lisa at a party during their relationship. She provided old texts as proof, where he talked about how Lisa was the one that got away. I showed it all to Lisa during our next counseling session, and she confronted her own memories there, admitting that Tom once cornered her at a wedding we all attended, saying he'd treat her better than me if she gave him a chance. She shut it down immediately, but never told me because she thought it would blow over and didn't want to ruin the group. We filed for a no-contact order after he showed up at our house unannounced one evening, pleading through the door to talk while the kids were inside playing. I called the police, and they escorted him away, issuing a warning to stay clear. His family exploded over it. His mom called Lisa directly, accusing her of leading him on with her friendliness and smiles, and revealed that Tom had been telling them twisted stories about our marriage, like how I was neglectful. Digging even deeper, a mutual friend from college days came forward and said Tom had sabotaged my early dates with Lisa by spreading rumors that I was a player who dated around, trying to make her doubt me. Lisa was furious hearing that and cut off any shared contacts who defended him. Counseling has intensified for us, with sessions twice a week now, where we've uncovered my own insecurities from past betrayals and friendships that made this hit harder. Work has stabilized a bit, with the promotion bringing more responsibility, but our social life has shrunk. We hosted a small barbecue just for family to avoid the drama. Tom's sister reached out, saying he's in therapy now and dealing with his issues, but the apologies feel hollow after everything. The circle we had is shattered, leaving us to rebuild with people who are truly supportive. The layers of betrayal keep unfolding, from the confession to the sabotage, and it's left me wondering if we can ever heal fully from this kind of deception. Update 4. 5 months since I cut Tom off after his confession, the dust has settled in some redefined but ultimately positive ways. Counseling has really helped Lisa and me strengthen our bond, with us implementing weekly check-ins on feelings and any concerns, turning what could have been a crisis into an opportunity for growth in our marriage. We've distanced ourselves from the toxic mutual friends who sided with him, and instead, we formed new friendships through the kids' school events and my work crew, people who are reliable and drama-free. Tom ended up moving to another city for a job change, as we saw on his LinkedIn profile, and word through the grapevine is that he's dating someone steadily now, perhaps finally learning from all this mess. His family sent a handwritten letter of apology a couple of months ago, acknowledging how they enabled his behavior by not addressing it sooner, and we've forgiven them from afar without planning to reconnect closely. The kids have adjusted well, with new uncles from our trusted friends stepping in for playdates and outings, filling that gap. I got another promotion at work, leading bigger construction projects with a team under me, and Lisa landed a major client for her graphic design work, which has boosted her confidence. We planned and took a family vacation to the beach last month, focusing on making new memories and just enjoying time as a unit. The initial decision to cut Tom off was tough, stirring up a lot of pain and questions, but it was necessary to protect our family and set boundaries. If a friend crosses those kinds of lines, addressing it head-on can reveal hidden truths and lead to healthier relationships overall. Reddit, your insights and similar stories really guided me through the tough calls and emotional roller coaster. Signing off this one.